So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Megahouse Variable Action Heroes One Piece Past Blue RORONOA ZORO. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box for the Variable Action Heroes One Piece line. We do get the one right there in the front of the box. On the top says One Piece. We do get a very nice image of the Zoro figure. Then we do get the Variable Action Heroes sticker. Says RORONOA ZORO, Past Blue, Toei Animation, and Megahouse. And then the bottom of the box does have the blubber blah stuff nobody cares about. Then we do get an image of the figure as well. And then here is the top of the box. And then here is the one side of it with another cool image of the figure there. And then here is the other side of the box with an even cooler image of the Zoro figure. And then the back of it does show a few poses you can get the figure into along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure by to take a closer look at my favorite character from One Piece. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, in Megahouse did a good job with the figure, but there is a lot of issues with this Zoro, and that just really pisses me off. There's a main issue that I do have with the figure that we'll get to in the accessories. There's a few issues with the accessories, but one of them, right off the bat, they must have put the right leg on incorrectly. I feel like it should be in a little bit more, as you can see right there. See how the left one is? I think it's supposed to look like that. That looks wrong. And it makes the right leg a little bit longer than the left leg. So that's one issue right off the bat right there. Another one is the left shoulder pops off very easily on mine, and it gets very irritating. And then another issue, the bicep swivel also pops off very easily, because that's how you remove the bandana. But it pops off so easily when you articulate it. It gets so frustrating. So that's three issues right there. So let's just take a closer look at his face right now. And they did a good job with the face sculpt. That looks just like Zoro. The hair looks great. I love the sculpt and paint to it. So the hair, they really did a very nice job with it. And this face looks pretty good. I do have a random mark on it, and that's another issue with the figure. There's random like paint scuffs and paint marks all throughout the figure and the accessories. And it's like, come on, man, what the hell is that all about? But where the face connects to the hair, they missed some of the green paint right above the ear, so that does bug me a little bit. They did miss a little bit of the gold paint on the earrings where it connects into his ear as well, so that is a little irritating for me. The face looks good, the paint and everything, and the sculpt, so good job with that. This side looks good where these sideburns connect to his hair, so they did a good job with that side. But the hair really looks dope on this figure. That's probably the best part about the head sculpt there, the faces. The neck looks good. The skin tone does match on his arms, upper chest, neck, and face. So that is a plus right there. But there is random black paint marks on his neck. Like, what the hell is that? See what I mean? And then there's another one on his shirt right there, like a paint scuff. And it's like, come on, man. We pay, what, 75, 80 bucks for these figures, and that's not even counting the shipping. So that's just really annoying and pisses me the hell off. We do get nice shading on the skin tone though. I do like the way the shirt looks. The paint shading looks beautiful on the shirt. I have another paint marker scuff right on the midsection there. But we do get some nice sculpted wrinkles around the midsection. We do get a little bit around the mid-torso as well. So good job with that under the arms. And then we do get these seams of the shirt, nice sculpted wrinkles there, so good job with that. I do like the way the buttons look and the loops that you put the buttons in. That looks pretty cool. Nice shading as well. Same with on the back. Very nice sculpted wrinkles and nice shading, so good job with that. And the pieces up on the arms that hide the joints, well, it's part of the butterfly joint, kind of. They did put paint shading on it, and there's some sculpted wrinkles on it. Same with on the sleeves, so they did do a very good job with that. And it doesn't look like a different color like how the other Zoro looked, but that wasn't a shirt. He wasn't wearing a shirt, so it was his skin tone. So they did do a good job with the shirt, so happy about that. The bandana looks great. They did a very nice job with it. Beautiful sculpt, and I believe there is like a grayish paint shading on it, or a whitish. It looks good though. They did a good job with the bandana. The arms look good. Nice sculpt and paint shading all throughout it. The elbow joints look pretty good as well, so good job with that. Then we do get this sash. I'm just going to call it a sash, but they did a beautiful job on it. Very nice sculpted wrinkles. We do, all those lines are all sculpted. We get some beautiful paint shading all throughout it, so great job on that. We do have a peg insert for his 3 sheaths, which I'll show you during the accessories. And then the pants here, beautiful sculpted wrinkles all throughout the pants, so they did an excellent job with that. And then we do get some beautiful paint shading as well, but I don't know if you guys could tell, but if you look at the lower legs, get some nice paint shading over here. Where the hell is it on the left leg? Like, come on, how many damn issues have I mentioned already? This is ridiculous. It's really making me want to not collect this line anymore, and that's not even like the main issue. These are just little tiny issues that I'm noticing on the figure here. We'll get to the main issue shortly, though. The back of the pants look good, though. Very nice sculpted wrinkles on the lower legs there. Nice paint shading all throughout the pants. The knee joints look very good, though. They did a good job with the knee joints. And then we do get some sculpted seams on the inside and outside of the legs there. And then for his boots, they did a beautiful job with them. Very nice sculpted wrinkles around the lower legs of the boots there. And then we do get a very nice paint shading, but they put it on this side, and then it's not even on this side. Like, what the hell is that? And then we get a bunch of it around the toe there, and then there's not that much on this side. So I don't know which way is correct, this one or that one. So this figure is just hit and miss all over the place. Like, what the hell is going on? And then the back here, they put paint shading, but then there's none on this side. What the hell is that, man? Megahouse is really getting, I think, worse than Mafex when it comes to quality control issues, and it's just, it's starting to become not worth it with the price point for these figures. But we do get some nice soles on his shoes there, and then the bottom of them. Not much going on, and he does have like clown looking shoes, like how it gets really big around the toes, but that's how Zorro was drawn back then. But overall, if I don't mention any of the issues, they did do a good job with it, but there are so many damn issues with the goddamn detail. It's so frustrating. Oh man, what the hell did Megahouse do? They kind of ruined this figure for me, and it sucks. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a bunch of awesome stuff included with this past Blue Zorro. So we do get another one of these sayings here, just like with Shanks and the past Blue Luffy, and then we get these two pieces. We get this piece, which you could peel off each side, and it's sticky, so you could stick it on a wall or something like that, or behind the figure where you have it on display. Or we have this piece, which is meant to peg into a Megahouse stand, but they don't include them with their figures. You have to buy them separately, which is kind of lame. I feel like they should include stands with their figures since they charge such high prices, so we do get that. And then we also get 2 interchangeable heads and 6 interchangeable faces. So we do get this interchangeable head and face that comes on the figure out of the packaging, and this is the head without the bandana, and this is the basic type looking face, and I think he's supposed to be looking off to the left a little bit, but I'm not sure because his right eye kind of looks like he's looking straight ahead, but the left one looks like he's looking off to the left. But it does look like he's kind of looking off to the left. There's so many issues with this figure, I don't even know anymore. But they did a good job with the face, and the hair just really looks outstanding on this figure. I do like the paint shading at the bottom as well, so very good job with the hair here, and the face does look pretty good also. So we do get that one. And the way you interchange the faces, I'll show you that real quickly. Now the way you would do it, you pull from his chin, and it pops off. And then say you want to switch out maybe the other head, you would just pull this one on and then pop the other head on. And when you want to put the other face on, just slide it right back on. It has to peg in to this piece and then peg into the top. So you have to put it like on an angle, and then it just pegs right in. So pretty simple to interchange the heads and the faces there. So we do get that face and that interchangeable head, and then we do get the interchangeable head with his bandana, and this is my biggest issue with this damn figure. I don't know if you guys could tell. If you're big One Piece fans, you should already know what is the issue with this bandana. It should not be sitting up that high. There shouldn't be such a huge gap between his forehead and the bandana. It looks like he's wearing a goddamn bicycle helmet. Megahouse really screwed this up. I don't know what the hell is going on with them and the quality control issues, but I feel like they're the #1 company with the worst quality control issues right now. They passed Mafex, and that's just a damn shame, especially with the price that we pay for these figures. This is unacceptable, and it's ridiculous. And my figure's not the only one that has this issue. And thankfully, Ami seems like they will be replacing the bandana interchangeable head for me, so that is good. But still, I shouldn't have to go through this BS. Once I once I pay $75, $80 plus shipping for one of their figures. It's uncalled for, and it's not right, man. But other than that, they did do a nice job with the bandana, though. We do get like a subtle green paint shading on it. It does look pretty cool, and we do get some very nice sculpt work on the sides of it and then the back. And then for the knot and tie and everything, I think that looks dope. His hair looks great. And then out of all the faces, for detail-wise, this one is the best. They did an excellent job with the paint and sculpt on the laughing, closed eyes, smiling face here. So they did do a very good job with this one. So we do get those two interchangeable heads and faces. And then we also get this face here, which is the, I guess, angry teeth gritted face. Kind of looks like he's smiling in a way too, but has an angry look with his eyes and eyebrows. And they did a good job with it. My only issue is the white paint for the teeth. It's bleeding onto the skin tone on the sides of his mouth right there, and it just looks stupid. Once again, quality control issues. So we do get this face, and then we do get the same exact face, but Zoro's looking off to the left there. And they did a decent job with this one, but once again, QC issues. They didn't fully paint the white on his teeth on the corners there, so that is a bit disappointing, but everything else does look good on the face there. And we do have some nice shading like on the forehead as well. Forgot to mention that with the other faces, so we do get that one. And then we do get the yelling, angry, screaming type face here, and they did a very good job with it. The only issue, once again, is by the corners of his mouth. The paint for the inside of his mouth, that like maroonish type color, is bleeding a bit onto the skin tone on the sides of his mouth. Like, come on, man, what the hell? But other than that, they did do a good job with the rest of the paint, and the sculpt looks good too. So we do get that one, and then finally, we get the same face, but that one, he was kind of looking up, I guess. It looks like this one, he was looking up, yeah. Nah, he's just, if he's looking down, it kind of looks like he's looking straight ahead. But his eyes are a little bit different. They're not fully painted. So I guess he's more angry in that one. But this one here, this is for the white handle sword that you put in his mouth so he can do the three-sword style. So you can recreate Zoro doing that. We do have a little peg right there by his tongue. And we do have an extra sword that is meant to go in there that does have a peg insert, which I will show you guys when we get up to the swords. But they did do a good job with this face. The paint's nice and clean on it, so that is a big plus right there, and the sculpt of it looks really good too. So those are all the interchangeable faces and heads that we get with Zoro, and then we also get 6 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt and paint on these. You can see the fingernails sculpted on the fingers and on the thumb right there, so that looks good. Very nice sculpt around the fingers and the knuckles and everything, so very good job on the fists. The one issue with all the hands is they're extremely difficult to pop on his wrist joint. His wrist joint seems a lot smaller compared to the other figures in the line. And another issue is they pop off so easily when you articulate the wrist joint, and that is so frustrating. That is so damn annoying. So that is an issue right there with the wrist joint and the hands here. So we do get a pair of fists. And then we also get a pair of gripping hands, which is meant for him to grip onto his swords, of course. And very nice sculpt and paint on these. You can see all the fingernails sculpted on there on the thumb and everything. Nice job on the knuckles. So very good job on the gripping hands there. And then finally we get a pair of open hands. And very nice paint and sculpt on these as well. So very good job on all the interchangeable hands. Just sucks that they're a pain in the ass to get on the joint, and they pop off the joint so easily. So we do get those 6 interchangeable hands, and then we finally get 4 different swords, 3 sheaths, and then 3 sword handles. So we do get the sheath here with the sword handles, and another issue is this sword right here popped off and I had to glue it back on. So what the hell? Another damn issue with this figure. What the hell happened to this Zoro? I don't know what's going on with their quality control issues, but the sheaths look beautiful. Very nice paint and sculpt all throughout each sheath, and then the handles right here look great too. And you cannot slide the swords in these sheaths. They're actually just pegged in with a tiny peg, and be careful not to break these pegs here, and just line up the peg properly when you want to peg it back in. But very nice job on the handles as well. That looks beautiful. Nice paint and sculpt on that. And the way you get this on Zoro, very simple. He has a peg insert on the side of his sash. And all you do is just peg it in like so, and then there you go. As simple as that. So we do get those 3 sheaths with the 3 sword handles, and then we do get 4 different swords. So we do get the black grip sword here, which looks dope, but an issue is I have gold paint specks all throughout the blade on that side and on this side. Like, what the hell, man? Oh my god. But where the black meets that silver type color, very clean paint on that, so good job with that. The crossguard and the handle look great, so excellent job with that. And be careful, these can break very easily. It did on my time skip Zoro, one of the swords, so be extremely careful with your swords. So we do get the black grip one, then we do get the maroon and gray grip one. Is that gray or is it purple? Actually, it's purple, sorry. It's maroon and purple. But this is probably my favorite sword. I love the way the blade looks with the purple mixed in with the silver and the black. That looks beautiful. Very nice job on the blade. This blade actually looks really good, unlike the black handle one. Crossguard looks good, and then the handle looks beautiful as well. Very nice sculpt and paint on that. So we do get that sword, and then we do get 2 white handle swords. As I was saying, there was a sword that has a peg insert that you could peg into that one mouth for the one face. Now these are the same exact swords. Very nice job with them. I do have some black paint bleeding over onto the silver on this one. Then the other side, is there any paint issues? Looks alright. They missed some of the black there, but not too bad on this side. And where the black meets the gunmetal gray or silverish type color, pretty clean paintwork on it. And the cross guards look good, and the handle looks beautiful. Very nice tiny detail work on the handle there. Now the top one, that's the one that he grips onto, and then the bottom one, you can see the little peg insert right there, and that pegs right into this mouth that has the peg. All you do is just slide it in there, and it stays in there nice and tight. So I do like that they did that, unlike the time skip Zoro, who does not have that. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Zoro. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Pirate Hunter Zoro. To the top of his hair, it looks like he stands a little bit over 7 inches and 1/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the Variable Action Heroes Past Blue Luffy, Time Skip Zoro, and Draco Mihawk. And then here he is compared to the Variable Action Heroes Time Skip Usopp, Time Skip Sanji, Time Skip Nami, and Time Skip Robin. And then here he is compared to the Variable Action Heroes Portgas D. Ace, Sabo, Shanks, and Whitebeard. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Punisher. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, we do get 2 joints at the neck. So the upper neck joint, Zoro really doesn't look up that much, but he does look down a really good amount with that joint. And we do get some beautiful neck pivot there, and then it does swivel. The lower neck joint does go forward a really good amount. So with both joints, he pretty much looks all the way down. Then going back, it just pretty much goes straight up. So he just looks up the same amount. Then we do get a tiny bit of pivot at the lower neck, and then it does swivel. So pretty good movement at both the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso right under the chest, and Zoro crunches forward only that much with that joint. Does go back a pretty good amount though. Then we do get a tiny bit of pivot with the torso there, and then it does swivel. Now we do get 2 points around the waist. So at the top, this joint does go forward and back a tiny bit, not too much though. Then it does pivot a really good amount, and then it does swivel a bit. Then the lower part of it does go forward and back a really good amount actually. It doesn't pivot, but it does swivel as well. So with all 3 joints, he does crunch forward a decent amount, but he does go back a lot better with those joints. Now for the arms here, we do have a butterfly type joint in there, so you can bring the arms forward a bit and back, as you can see there. Then we do have a nice circular motion out of the arm there, so I do like that point of articulation. Then the arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely a plus there. They do go up and down. We do have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that pretty much bend in all the way. Well, actually they do, so great job with that. And we do have a ball hinge at the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, they did put on my right leg incorrectly, as I mentioned before, but Zoro can kick forward about 90 degrees, goes to the back about 90 degrees, then kicking out to the side. The joint is really tight on mine but he does kick out to the side a little less than 90 degrees, which is pretty good. Then we do have swivel up there. Then we have double jointed knees that pretty much bend back all the way, so that's good. Now for the ankles here, they do swivel. They only hinge up a tiny bit. Same with hinging down. It is on a ball joint. And then for the pivot's really bad too, so we really do not have good ankle movement with this Zoro, which is very disappointing to me. And then we do have a pretty good toe hinge there. So overall, we do get some nice articulation with this Zoro, but I do wish some points were a little bit better, like how other points of articulation are, like the arms and the elbow joints and stuff. But the ankles, I do wish they were better. Same with around the torso. That could have been done a little bit better as well. But you're still going to be able to get them in some pretty cool and badass Zoro-like poses. And I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Variable Action Heroes Past Blue RORONOA ZORO. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd only have to give it a 6.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I had mine imported from Japan from Ami, and I believe they still have it in stock if you would still like to get this figure. And I know my buddy from Agelessgeeks will get this in stock in about a month, but he'll only have it at his booth at Frank & Sons in California. And if you do ever buy something from Agelessgeeks.com, don't forget to enter in codename Daredevil, and you will be getting yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get a basic style box for the very we do get the window right there in the front of the box. On the top right, it does time skip Zoro and shibbity boo ba boo boo ba. And very nice sculpt and paint all throughout these. I like how you see how you what the fuck, Luffy.